morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. We appreciate you showing up for what I think is an exciting day for more reasons than one. Not only this, but our men's tennis team is playing for conference championship right now. I think they would have just hit their first serve at 11. Our softball team is down in San Antonio trying to continue their 14-game win streak. First place, solidify first place in the conference and in the region. I don't think we have anything else going today, but it's still a plus women's tennis place today too, but they're not playing for the conference championship, but it's also a very good team. But today here, we are excited to announce a new men's basketball coach, a new direction for UT Tyler basketball. I don't think it's any surprise to anyone that we strive for excellence here, both in the classroom and on the athletic venue. It's important that we hire people who subscribe to that philosophy and are able to produce successful student athletes who then go on to graduate and have successful careers. We have a tremendous amount of alumni out there now, whereas I don't think we're catching up with anybody, but we're certainly making a name in the business world with our alumni. But today I want to announce our new men's basketball coach. Prior to his two successful seasons as associate head coach for the women's basketball program at UT Tyler, Coach Moser accrued a combined 20 seasons as a head coach between men's and women's basketball at the Division II and NJCAA level. As a head coach, Moser holds a 5.11 and 173 record for a .747 winning percentage, which is pretty darn good in any sport, and has won 13 conference championships en route to 12 conference or regional coach of the year accolades. Combined with his totals as an assistant coach, Moser has coached 20 conference championship teams during his career. Much of Coach Moser's success as a head coach came in his 6-year stint as head coach at Alaska Anchorage women's basketball. Moser elevated the Seawolves among the women's, Moser elevated the Seawolves among the women's national elite in NCAA Division II and had a winning percentage of .829. This, which is the 9th best of any active head coach at any NCAA or NJC level while he was there at Anchorage. It's my pleasure to introduce Coach Tim Moser, the next men's basketball coach at the University of Texas at Tyler.
Well, thank you, Dr. Patterson, the hiring committee for trusting me with this opportunity. I'm really excited about it. I guess I'll start this by saying the older I get, the more I realize that God opens doors that you don't really expect. You know, in my career, there's doors I thought should open for me, didn't open. This one kind of opened, was unexpected. You know, and so it's a no-brainer to take this job. So I guess when we go back, my first hearing about UT Tyler was when Coach A was at Stephen F. Austin. And I came down here to take a young man that wanted to start his coaching career. And it was 3 choices. He had UT Austin, Stephen F. Austin, and UT Tyler. And it was probably at 10 o'clock at night where me and Rebecca were walking around here. And she somehow snuck in the gym. And I was walking my dogs outside. And like, this is pretty nice. The kid ended up choosing Austin. Didn't think much about UT Tyler after that. And then 2 years later, Rebecca got this opportunity to coach here. And she had multiple choices. I said, well, that's a no-brainer. You got to take that job. I walked around, they haven't won. I think you've read about it. I said, she took it. I was proud of her to take the job, and she was entrusted me. And about 2 months after that, she offered me to come down. And that was hard. I'll say that, because it was really hard for me, because I had a program, you build it, it's really hard to do that. So I hemmed and hawed quite a bit about that. But it was probably the best decision I made. You come back, you leave coaching men's best, you come here, okay, maybe I'm done. I've had the opportunity to go back and forth, right? But what an opportunity to come here and work with her and see the opportunity of all the coaches here. And I've learned over the last 2 years about how good all you guys are. We can sit there and say how tennis is out here winning for a championship. Softball and baseball have been the pinnacle of the program. Volleyball's taking it there. You can see the soccer's got great things. You know, golf's doing the same thing. It's just a great opportunity to be here. So it's kind of, so when I did that, it's a no-brainer for me to take this job. All right? And I think the program was under the guidance of a very good man. And I think we have great leadership with Coach Patterson. He did a great job an excellent job hiring excellent people in spots. You can see the facility, compliance, the academic advising, great at SIDs, athletic trainers, strength coaches. Everything's here have been placed to win. You know, so it's up to me. I think it's up to me to now get a coaching staff, recruit student athletes, and assemble a team that's going to represent the community and the college and this university really proud. And so that's where I'm at. I'm really excited about this opportunity. I think it's a great opportunity. I think you guys spent too much money on this thing behind me to have that ugly thing. You guys probably need to have something more appealing to the eyes than that. So thank you very much.
We're going to open up the floor for any questions that anybody would like to ask. Coach Moser will also be available afterwards, but if you'd like to ask any questions now, please just raise your hand and we can bring you a mic. I'll start with the first question. Coach, what from the formula that was built within the women's program that you had a big hand in the last few years turning that program around, what within that formula do you see taking over to the men's side to compete at the top of the All-Star Conference?
I think coaching's coaching, Ryan. I think you got to assemble a good staff, and you got to get a bunch of people on the same vision. I think that's important to get everybody going the same direction, and you got to recruit people with high character that are willing to go through the storms and do everything. It's a long season. I think we had a bunch of young men with the leadership of Rebecca did a tremendous job keeping those kids on focus. So you don't need it. I think it's such a good academic school. I think it's an easy sell. As we're just starting recruiting, it's an easy sell academically. So I think that's it. The lifeblood of every program is recruiting and assembling a team. But I think you need to have a coaching staff that's pursuing the same journey to chase a championship. And that's the first thing. And I think it's such an easier position for me because I know most of you guys, and I can sit there and learn from all you about how you've led and how you've done things. So I think you have certain people I can ask questions, and I think I'm observant, so I can sit there and go, some things that maybe we didn't do in our program, you can watch what maybe Brent's doing here or Steph's doing there. You can do that. And I think it's a great opportunity. So I think be open. It's a challenging time to coach. There's no doubt that this opportunity is going to provide all sorts of challenges. All right, and it's going to be fun to do.
Coach, you will have an ample amount of opportunity, whether it be the transfer portal, junior college, high school. You do have a lot of time to recruit some new players, along with the players coming back from this year. What specifically are some of the attributes that you will be looking right away in student athletes to come here at UT Tyler?
I think the first thing, obviously you have to have talent. I think that's the first thing that draws your eye. But then you go into, I think there's a lot of us in this room that have coached for a while. I've walked out of all sorts of talented recruiting visits when kids don't have the character, and you can see it, how they treat their parents, how they treat authority. So I think the first thing is, are you coachable? Are you ready to understand that college athletics is a difficult thing? You got to grow through it. So I think they have to have a winning mindset, something that's willing to grow and chase. So all those things in the recruiting process, you're asking this thing. But I know you're going to say these things, but when the difficulty comes, are you going to keep going through it? So that's the challenge right now. And the challenge is right now, which one of these young men here that want to come back and chase this, and kind of put in the past, and move forward with a championship team. You know, so this is an opportune time. The transfer portal, I think there's 2,800 names in there for men's basketball, but it is speed dating. You know, you don't know if you really have no idea what you're really getting. And so it's kind of a weird week-long process of recruiting, and you can make a lot of mistakes in that. So I think the first thing you want to do is get some high-character kids and talk to everybody and see, do these kids really know what's winning? Because the one thing I can tell you, I coached 2 teams for 6 years, right? And I think I learned, I learned what to win the winning, but I think more importantly, I learned what winning the losing. So I try to avoid those things. And you can do that. You can try to do everything you can in the recruiting process.
Coach, appreciate your time. Congratulations. Welcome to UT Tyler.
Thank you. Thank you.